The Open Mic Broadcast Network would like to take this time to recognize its sponsors and underwriters. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Reflections Paint and Body Shop, Helping Hands Lawn Service, Diva Skin Conditioner, Purple Drip Daiquiri and Grill. For more information on how you can become an underwriter or a sponsor here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, our number to call is 832-213-8824. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. Of course, our daily mission is to bring you news that you could use. Today would be no exception to the rule. Follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. And our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. We're headed into day 3 of the SWAC softball tournament held at Gulfport, Mississippi. And the surprise story of the tournament thus far has to be Southern University. Southern University has defeated top seed of the East, Jackson State, and number 2 seed of the West, Prairie View A&M University, to advance to face off against Alabama State, the only 2 remaining undefeated teams throughout the tournament. Meanwhile, Grambling and Alabama A&M have been eliminated from the 2021 version of the SWAC softball tournament. So your matchups today will feature Jackson State taking on Prairie View and Alcorn taking on Texas Southern. Now, the loser of those games will be eliminated from the tournament. Meanwhile, the winner between Alabama State and Southern University will advance to the championship round and await the rest of the games as they develop. Now, in the case of softball, unlike baseball, whoever advances between Alabama State and Southern University will have to be defeated twice by whichever team comes out of the loser's bracket. So the stakes are high now from Gulfport, Mississippi, for the 2021 edition of the Southwestern Athletic Conference softball tournament. Meanwhile, there's a developing story on the baseball side of things as we get ready for the tournament, which starts next week. We reported, according to D1 Baseball, that Prairie View is the top seed out of the West, and they're scheduled to take on Alcorn May 19th, according to the D1 Baseball website. However, there's still some questions in the air on exactly how it was determined that Prairie View would be the number 1 seed. Prairie View have 5 games remaining against University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff and Grambling State University. And looking at the time frame of things, those games will not be made up in enough time. Meanwhile, on the flip side of that, reports coming from Nicholls State University that Prairie View's game was canceled due to COVID protocol coming from the Prairie View A&M University camp. And then the next scheduled game that Prairie View had against McNeese was canceled as well. Now, where it gets tricky, if that is the case, Prairie View will be scheduled to come off the protocol of COVID-19 May 14th, which is this Friday. Once again, the tournament starts next week, May 19th. In the standings, Prairie View, 12-7 in conference play. Grambling, in the second spot, is at 12-9. But it gets even more complex. Right now, if the tournament were to start, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is out of the 2021 tournament. But if you look at the schedule in the head-to-head competition, hypothetically speaking, if University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff finds a way to win the 2 games that remain against Prairie View, technically speaking, it would knock Texas Southern out of the tournament as the standings are right now, due to the fact that the Golden Lions have the head-to-head competition against Texas Southern. So as we mentioned, this is a developing story. We will see how all things settle here very shortly. Meanwhile, in the world of college football, Reggie Stubblefield has announced by way of Twitter that he will be taking his services and talents to the Big 12 to be a part of the Kansas State Wildcats. Now, when you look at this thing from the Stubblefield camp, this is a great move. Why? Because the Big 12 is known for throwing the ball all over the place. And being a defensive back, this will be a great opportunity for Stubblefield to display his skill set in a Power 5 conference, which could increase his chances of being drafted. When you consider some of the opponents he would have to face, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, Texas Tech, University of Texas, and other pass-happy programs throughout the Big 12 Conference. So we wish Brother Stubblefield much success on his next journey in life. We'll keep a monitor on him to see how things develop. Meanwhile, we still have a championship football game coming up this Sunday between the Sam Houston Bearcats and the South Dakota Jackrabbits. We'll dig a little bit into that on our Football Friday edition here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I am going to exit stage left for right now. We'll continue to monitor the softball games and the upcoming baseball games throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Truly appreciate you guys walking with us along this journey. Don't forget, you can become a listening partner by visiting the website at obnradio.com. Click on the donation button, and just like that, you become a listening partner. Or you might want to send a donation by way of Cash App, and that's simply at OBN Radio. I've got to go right now. My time is far spent. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.